Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Odd and these are Karen's Oddities. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Regardless, I do want to ask that you give this video a thumbs up, comment your thoughts below, even if you disagree with my content. And I also want to ask that you share this video and our channel with one person that you know, as I'm confident there is something here that both you and they can benefit from. I just wanted to make this quick video before I go walk my dogs because I've been meaning to make it for the last couple of days, and I figure let me get this out of the way before I go on this WALK, because if I say it out loud, I know they're going to hear me, they're going to start acting up, and I don't want to create excitement prematurely. So I have a lot of indoor plants that I absolutely love. I haven't delve into like outdoor gardening as of yet. It's something that I was gonna do this year. I haven't done it. I feel like I'm kind of too late. Like I missed that Mother's Day wave where people plant their flowers. So I think I'm just gonna wait until next year and keep tending to like my indoor plant babies. But for those of you that are not as familiar with like plants or like, yeah, I guess primarily with plants, I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of phototropism, which is the exact term for it. And if you're not familiar with what that term means, phototropism is when a plant will either grow or slightly turn in the direction of the sun, or over time, like it will shift to grow towards the sun, right? Whatever direction that's in. Like if the plant is right here and the sun is like behind it, like the leaves will shift to be indirect. They'll shift to be closer to the sun. They'll shift to be in the direct viewpoint of the sun, and they will like just turn. Obviously, for most plants, it's not like a quick thing. Like sunflowers are literally called sunflowers, I believe, because they turn towards the sun. And I think for most plants that are not like sunflowers, this shift and tilt is something that happens gradually, right? You're not able to see it with the naked eye unless you're just like staring at it and like watching all like the micro movements that it's making. The reason I wanted to talk about this, so phototropism is when a plant grows towards the sun or it tilts towards it, right? Obviously, as we know, plants need a lot of things to grow. They need sun, they need carbon dioxide, because I think they process it. I am not a biologist, but they need one of those, right? They need oxygen, they need water, they need good nutrients. They need to make sure they're not invaded by pests. And I was thinking about the applicability of phototropism, not in the same way, because obviously we're not plants, but like as people, right? I don't know what made me start thinking about it. I mean, I have a lot of indoor plants. Like I can see some of them, like they're leaning, right? They're leaning towards the sun based on where I've put them. I move them in different directions so that they can get the things that they need. And when they do start leaning, they do encourage you to like tilt your plant slightly so that it doesn't grow too heavy onto one side. It can grow equally, and the leaves can be equally dispersed in the plant so that it looks full and it's not just like leaning all the way all the time. And what I was thinking about is how just as plants, like there are things that we need. There are things that I need. There are things that you need. There are things that your friend needs, your spouse, your child. We all have needs. We all have needs, just like the plants need its simple core things. Like we have our core things that we need. And when we don't have or can't get the things that we need, we often are compensating and settling for other things that are either almost equally fulfilling or just close enough to like give us something, right? And the importance of just assessing what are one of the things that you need. What are the things that you need? Asking yourself that question, determining what those things are, and then asking yourself, are you getting the things that you need? Are you getting the things that you need? Are you getting the things that you need in your relationships and connections? Are you getting the things that you need and the fulfillment out of your work? Are you getting the things that you need on a personal level? Are you fulfilling your goals? Are you fulfilling your hobbies? Are you getting the things that you need in your romantic relationship, from your family, from your siblings, from your children? Are you getting the things that you need for yourself, for your health, for your diet? Are there signs in your life where it's like something is lacking, like you have a nutrient deficiency? Are you going to the doctor and getting your blood work taken and seeing that you have not enough of this or too much of this that's impacting other parts of your life, right? Just assessing and making note of that. And when you're not getting those things that you need, asking the further more difficult question of, I need this, I'm not getting it, but I see myself compensating for what I'm lacking by doing this, right? And I'm not going to air out my dirty laundry and give all the ways in which I can admit and say that, like, there are things that I compensate through other things. But when you find those situations where you are compensating for something else, asking yourself, why are you doing that, right? And I think one of the reasons, and an easy reason, is we're willing to accept something similar, almost as good, because it's easier. It's easier to accept that thing that's like kind of close to it. It kind of gets the job done, and it's easier to ignore the things that we really need. It's easier to settle for the things that are available that come close to it than to do the work or keep looking for that thing that is truly what is missing. Yeah, I think just like reflecting on, like, what are the things that you are reaching for to compensate for something else. For some people, they're overcompensating with how they show up at work. For some people, they're overcompensating with an addiction, gambling, drugs, alcohol, sex, pornography. For some people, they're overcompensating by trying to have all of these friends that aren't genuinely their friends, and they just like being around people. They're overcompensating by, like, their environments and situations that they put themselves in. Some people are overcompensating with always seeking a thrill, something to escape, escapism, right? What is that thing that you are being pulled towards that is helping you overcompensate for what you're really lacking? Well, I don't even know what these notes, I don't know what this means. I was at the bar this weekend. I hadn't started drinking yet, but I was writing out my notes, and I'm like, I don't know what this means. What voids, oh, is it filling, right? So when you are compensating for things, like, what is it? What's underneath that? What is underneath that? What's underneath the reason that you do XYZ? What's underneath the reason that you feel that you need to do this? Just like asking yourself those harder questions, right? And that's a really, really difficult thing to do, because typically when we are overcompensating for something, like, sometimes there are parts of us that we're trying to hide with that overcompensation, right? Like that person that's always like super loud and boisterous, or that person that always like uses humor no matter what in the most like inappropriate settings. Like, they're trying to compensate for something, and that something is more than likely something that they feel insecure about, something that they are lacking, something that at some point in their lives they were told that they weren't good at, or that they were missing. So they found something that could replace that, or like mask these parts of ourselves, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this video there so I can still get some sunlight. But yeah, just like tending to my plants really got me thinking about like, what are some of the things that I personally am reaching for that are just to compensate for something else? and what's underneath that, right? And how do I, instead of compensating and filling it with some random thing that feels good or is kind of good, what am I doing to get the real thing? Because I think we all want the real thing. Just the real thing is not as easy to get. And the real thing requires more work. It requires honest work, honest conversation, honest self-reflection, like that honest deep self-work that a lot of us either we're not ready to do, we are afraid to do, or we are procrastinating because we think we don't have the time for it. But yeah, I think that part of the key things about self-reflection and purposeful self-work is, for me personally, and what I think for a lot of people when they start to do it, it's two things. And it's probably just not those two, but the two things that come to mind is, one, I personally can say when I'm doing the self-work and when I'm self-reflecting, it's because when I go to sleep at night or when I'm laying in bed at night and I'm thinking about my day, I'm thinking about my friendships, my relationships, I'm thinking about the future, I'm thinking about the past. From that present moment, I want to feel good about who I am. I want to feel good about who I've been. I want to feel good about what kind of friend I've been, what kind of sister I've been, what kind of dog mom I've been, what kind of neighbor I've been. I want to be able to rest in knowing that, like, I am aware of where I'm falling short. I'm aware of where I need to improve. I'm aware of my triggers. I'm aware of my insecurities. And when someone says something that makes me defensive, like, that's one piece of it, right? I want to be a better person and be able to sleep at night knowing that I feel good about who I am and that I feel good about the things that I still need to work on as a person. The second thing and reason that I think it's really key is that sometimes, and I'm there too, some of us just get tired. We get tired of like the overperformance. We get tired of like the people pleasing, of the trying too hard, of like the giving and pouring so much of ourselves into other people and things and not getting the same thing in return, right? So either you get tired and or you realize that like you don't want to feel like a piece of shit when you're laying in bed thinking about all the choices that you've made in life. And then there's other things, of course, like you get into spirituality and things like that, and whether or not you're a good human and heaven or hell and all of these other things, right? Which are more philosophical that I'm not going to dive into because this is going to be a short video. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you took something of value from it, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Thank you.